Good morning and welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Director of Social Media for HAR, and I'm pleased this morning to be joined by two very powerful women in the Houston real estate market, and they're going to tell us all about what they do in just a little bit. That is Dr. Courtney Johnson-Rose and Felicia Guidry. Welcome to the program, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. As we know, February is Black History Month, and we thought this is a great time of year to talk about the groups that you are a part of, the work they do, and their goals of increasing home ownership. So we're really excited to hear from you today. Before we get into everything that you do and all the work that you're doing, I'd love to hear from each of you just a little bit about yourselves. We'll start with you first, Dr. Courtney Johnson-Rose.
Well, thank you, and good morning, Christina. Thank you so much for having Felicia and I on the call. Courtney Johnson-Rose, I serve as the president of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, also known as NAREB. So we'll talk a lot about NAREB this morning, and excited about that. I'm a native Houstonian. I've been a real estate broker for here since 2002. I've served on the HBREA board before and served as NRG chair and chair of the MLS. So I've been active in the community and active with HBREA and a lot of the realtor associations as well as NAREB. We have two offices here in Houston and 25 agents. So shout out to all of the GJ family to say hello. And looking forward to having a great conversation with you this morning.
Thank you so much. And thank you, of course, for your volunteer efforts, both here locally and nationally. Felicia?
Yes, good morning. Thank you again for having us. I am excited to be here as always. Again, Felicia Guidry, president of HBREA, that's the Houston Black Real Estate Association. I am a broker associate as a Guidry Realty Group powered by EXP. I've been in real estate for quite a while now. I did have my own brokerage and I transitioned to EXP, so excited about that. However, I have served for HBREA as well as the state. So the state has TAREB, the Texas Association of Real Estate Brokers, all which is a part of Realtors. And I am excited to now be able to serve on the trade pack with NAR, so I'm excited about that.
Very good. Thank you both for, and I actually was able to attend Courtney's installation a few months back, and it was just wonderful, the representation in the room. Of course, it took place here in Houston, but Houston really has made a name for itself nationally. And so again, thank you both for that work that you're doing. Let's talk a little bit about some of the history here. How and why were both NAREB and HBREA founded? Felicia, do you want to take this one first?
Houston HBREA is the local board for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. We were established in 1949. NAREB was established in 1947. So we're the local body of NAREB, and we're known as Realtors. That's our trademark.
Very good. And Courtney?
So NAREB is the premier network of Black real estate professionals. So we're a trade association, and we have over 120 chapters across the country. So most major cities have a NAREB chapter as part of their city. The organization was founded in 1947, as Felicia mentioned, but it was founded to advocate against racial discrimination in housing. In 1947, blacks could not become realtors due to discrimination at the time. So they created this Realtors network. And Realtors have been focused on helping to ensure opportunities for Black real estate professionals and opportunities for Black consumers looking to buy real estate. So the organization started off as a trade association, and we still are, and started off really to advocate against racial discrimination in our housing. Our motto is democracy in housing. So we look for opportunities to be able to level the playing field to all Americans to be able to buy real estate in a fair way.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And I'm sorry, Courtney, we're having a little problem with the sound, so I don't know where the mic is, but
We'll bring it closer. How about now?
That sounds better. Yeah, thank you so much.
No,
Excellent. So, thank you for sharing that. I'd love to also hear. We know the initial reason for the establishment of the organization. How what are the goals now, and how have those goals maybe changed over the years? Courtney, do you want to take this first?
yeah, and that's a great question, Christina. The organization has certainly evolved over the past 77 years. We're obviously in a different era, but the goal of NAREB has stayed the same, which is democracy in housing. Just the things that we're advocating for has actually changed in terms of policy, loan regulations. Now a big issue is appraisal bias, etc. But our overall goal, the theme of it all, is to help our communities build wealth through real estate. And
Hmm.
as we do this, we help black homeownership rates increase, which is extremely important to us. But we also help ourselves as black practitioners that work with the majority of our client base being African American community. So it creates a win-win. As we push for policies to increase access to homeownership, everyone wins. We all know, being in real estate, how much of a key tool owning a home or owning property is. And our goal is just to make that process equal, accessible to all Americans.
Wonderful. Thank you. Is there anything you want to add there, Felicia?
Well, knowing that real estate is local, so having the local chapters and the local boards on the ground with NAREB saying the same story, advocating for the same thing, and with our leadership of amazing Dr. Courtney, she has us busy, and we're super excited because it impacts everyone, not just as our clients, but also us as practitioners. So I'm super excited to be working directly, of course, because she's a local Houston member, but because of the advocacy that she's doing, the platform that she has laid out for us. I'm just super excited to be right behind her.
Very good. Thank you so much. And it looks like we're still having a little difficulty with the sound. So let's try to get the microphone as close as possible. And we're sorry for that. That's how you know it's a live program, right? Um, very good. So a question here that I have for you, Courtney. There's over the last, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 years, there's been many conversations that have taken place about real issues within the industry. You mentioned some of the barriers. The reason that NAREB even started to begin with was because of discrimination within the industry. And there are still barriers that exist, obviously, when trying to rent or buy a home or even applying for financing. So, do you feel like over the last few years, the conversations that have taken place, the education that's been put out there, do you think that has helped break down some of those barriers?
Yes, I think it has. And a lot of progress has been made, but there's still barriers and still work that needs to be done. Unfortunately, new barriers are actually forming. One of the things we're looking at now is bias in AI and bias in automated underwriting systems. So, as
Mm.
the technology evolves, the advocacy evolves also too. Every year, Christine NAREB produces a report called The State of Housing in Black America. This report can be found on our website, nareb.com, NAREB.com. And our report each year tracks the barriers. We also track wins and improvements. One example of the big win from 2023 is the FHFA, which oversees Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, will begin to introduce a new credit scoring model. This is major because traditionally most lenders have only been able to use FICO. But this opportunity to introduce another scoring model, for example, Bennett score, is being considered as well as a couple others. These scoring models take into consideration rent payments, cell phone payments, utility bill payments. They
Mm.
are considered as part of the credit history. So these new models, when introduced, could boost the loan approval amongst minority buyers that haven't traditionally had a lot of credit history. So as we see improvements like that happen, we know that it will be a step closer to be able to increase black and minority homeownership. But our report this year from last year from 2023 that's currently out has actually shown the number one impediment to black homeownership currently is inventory shortage. The lack of quality housing on the market. It certainly is slowing down progress, affordability. We all as real estate professionals are actually, dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. And I know HBR does a lot of data tracking on inventory, days on the market, etc. So
Mm.
we launched the Black Developers Academy, the NAREB Black Developers Academy, also to try to be the solution, and help our members develop the skill sets that they need to be able to develop real estate and start to develop new homes and housing stock to help be the solutions that we need in our markets.
Wonderful. Where is that report available? Is that something that anybody could
Yeah,
find?
for sure, for sure. NAREB.com. There's a section on state of housing in Black America, and we've done the report for the past 10 years. And you can see 10 years worth of the data and the progress that has been made over the past few years.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sure we can post a link to that in the comments for anybody that's interested as well. And really good points that you're making. Some of these advancements in technology and AI. We just did a program all about AI and video editing, but it's affecting everything. And like you're saying, there's some discrimination that comes out of that AI. I know one of the first things people pointed out when they started using AI for descriptions is fair housing. It doesn't take that into account, for example. So how you're saying some of those protocols that are written in, that's going to be an issue. So it's great that your organization's already kind of looking at that and trying to bring some awareness and education around it. So very good. Thank you for that. Felicia, some might not understand the value or need for diversity groups like NAREB and HBREA. What would you say to someone that's questioning the need or benefit for diversity groups like yours?
Sure. As Dr. Courtney talked about, one of the major things is internal awareness. Typically, if you're not close to it, then some of the things may not affect you because you may not be aware. So
Mm.
one of the great things about the different diversity groups is because it brings awareness of what actually happens within our communities. We're the Houston Black Real Estate Association. Does not mean that all of our members have to be African American. It's really geared toward the communities that we serve. And so the different organizations are advocating for their communities to ensure that they all have access.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. If there are any questions for Courtney or Felicia, please type those in and we'll get to as many as we can. So what are some things that your groups are currently working on? Do you want to start here locally, Felicia, and then Courtney can give us a national look?
Sure, sure. I have to just piggyback on our E3 initiative. I mean, the brainchild, Dr. Courtney. She's so creative and it motivates and it empowers us to move forward, right? So, E3, you may say, what is that? It's empowering our members, enriching our communities, and elevating our brand. And everything that we are doing on a local level is helping to move that forward. So, coming up in April, we have Realtors Week every year. We're super excited about that because all over the nation, over 100 plus local boards will be hosting a Realtors Week, but not only that, a community wealth building day. And she talked about Sheba. So, of course, as we said, real estate is local. We will be doing a forum on Sheba, the state of housing in Black America, but locally here in Houston. So we're excited and geared up for what's happening here locally here. But as you know, we have a monthly lunch and learn that we're able to impact our practitioners every month, every third Thursday. We have it at the Community Collective, formerly the Power Center. And of course, all of our events on hbreaevents.org. You can always go there to find out. But that is the most impactful, the thing that's given us energy right now. Of course, we're excited about going into midwinter, but Dr. Courtney can talk about that. As you can see, we're all motivated. We're all geared on all of our local boards to see what happens in our local market and bring that forward.
Very good. And you could add a fourth E to that, right? Energy. Very good. Courtney, what about, is there anything else you want to mention that your groups are working on?
Yes, yes, I do. And so, Christina, one of the things that I say around NAREB, because I'm from the Houston local board, is we have 120 local boards. but Houston is the best. So we are so blessed in Houston to have Houston Black Real Estate Association and their leadership and excitement about all the initiatives that we have. So two major things that we are working on. And these initiatives, Christina, came out of the data with the State of Housing in Black America report. So through that report, we look at what the needs of our community is. Two major things came out. One is the inventory shortage. Hence the Black NAREB Black Developers Academy that we have just launched. And we're so excited about that to be able to teach our members how to become real estate developers with a focus on community revitalization. Second thing that came out of our reporting, this has been interesting that this data has been coming year after year, and that is that there are over 2 million Black mortgage ready borrowers, potential borrowers out there. So what does mortgage ready mean? Mortgage ready means you have the income and you have the credit to buy real estate, but you have not done it yet. It's a lack of consumer confidence that we're seeing in the Black community. So as prices skyrocket, as interest rates stay high, this is making Black home ownership and African American people a little bit more cautious about getting into real estate, um, owning their first home, etc. So to combat that, we have created the NAREB Building Black Wealth Tour. We have a special site set up, NAREBBlackWealthTour.com, where you can go, and as Felicia mentioned, on April 13th, 2024, we will be hosting these community wealth building days across the country in 100 cities. We're super excited about this because it's a day that the NAREB community will be focused on going out into the areas that we serve, being available. It's an all-day Saturday event. Consumers can come for free and get information about homeownership. Three major things happen at these events across the country. One is our expo. So we have lenders, we have mortgage companies, we have title companies. Just an opportunity in a casual environment to meet professionals that are in the industry and be able to establish some relationships. Second thing that's huge is we do one-on-one sessions. So we have a national partnership with the National Bar Association. One of our affiliates is the NID Housing Counseling Agency. So when you come to one of our events, a consumer can sit down with a housing counselor, talk about their credit, talk about budgeting and all of those new things that get you on the path to homeownership. They can talk to a lawyer. We have a lot of legal issues that people are sometimes afraid to apply for a mortgage. Then you can talk to a realtors member. One of our members sits down with you. So you have that opportunity as part of the community wealth building day to have a one-on-one. And then the last piece is our sessions. So we do a class every hour on the hour. Our sessions include ABCs of home buying, understanding credit. We have a wonderful investment course. Airbnb is a national partner with NAREB. We talk about careers in real estate. So there may be people in our community that want to get into real estate and want to come by and learn about it. Well, we are there. We make ourselves available to talk about being an appraiser, being a lender, being a broker, being an agent. What does that mean to be a part of the real estate industry? And then one of our other signature classes that we have curated with the National Bar Association of Black Lawyers is what to do with Big Mama's house. This is a huge issue in our community when it comes to heirs property and being able to pass real estate around effectively. So we're so excited that April 13th, 2024 is part of Realtors Week. We will be providing this information through this tour in 100 markets the same day, the same time. Thousands of our members in the communities out there serving and educating people about homeownership.
That's wonderful. Really meeting people where they are, like you said, in 100 different markets. And we can certainly share a link to that in the comments. And I would encourage people to save that date and sign up for that. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful event. And of course, help spread the word, like you're saying, let people know about it.
Most importantly, spread the word.
Very good. So we mentioned a little bit about joining your group. So what is the benefit of becoming a member? And how can people get involved? Do you want to take this first, Felicia?
Sure, of course, on a local level. Thank you. Dr. Courtney talked about all the great things, thinking about a community wealth building day. I'll tell you that partnerships and relationships matter, right? And so we're excited in order to partner, of course, with us on a local level. The great thing about it's a great time to be a realtor. When you're a realtor of your local board, you also become a member of your state if you have a state board, but also as of NAREB. So when a member joins the HBREA, they now also become a member of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers with Dr. Courtney. So we're all one big happy family. Well, what I love also about being a part is because we're intentional about how we're advocating. And one, we have five pillars, but one of the pillars that I'm very passionate about is our faith-based and civic engagement pillar. Because one, for us as African Americans, many of us, we think about a church. A lot of times when advocacy started, it started in the basements, it started in the local churches, it started in the households. And so with that, we partner with many of our civic leaders. We partner with our faith-based organization to make April the 13th stand out in all of our local boards. So yeah, being a part of a realtors, go to hbrea.org, or you can, I'll just say for us, join hbrea.org, become a member. It's a great time to be a realtor.
Wonderful. Do you have anything you want to add there, Courtney?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Felicia. I do want to add about our conferences. So NAREB hosts the most wonderful, the most spectacular events. Christina, we've had a taste of it when you attended our conference here in Houston for the installation, but we do conferences twice a year. So we have a midwinter conference and we have a national conference. Our midwinter conference is coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. It'll be February 28th through March the 2nd. Then our national conference will be in New Orleans, Louisiana, July 31st through August 3rd. So save those dates. And it's very, very, very critical that you consider to come to one of these events. What happens at our conference is a whole experience. So we have curated courses on every hot topic that's happening in the industry. We have great entertainment. We have great inspiration. But it's just a wonderful way to network and build your real estate business. We did a member survey last year, Christina, and over 50% of our members said that they received referrals from other realtors members from across the country. But you develop those relationships at our conferences. So it's definitely a true networking and educational experience. You can find out about the conferences at nareab.com. We have midwinter coming up. It's not too late to register and get there by the end of the month. And then we have nationals that's coming to our regionals July 31st, August through August 2nd in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's going to be so much fun.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm not seeing any questions coming in, just some people saying great information. So we thank you for that. You shared quite a bit already today, but is there anything else that you want to share with our audience? And Courtney, we can have you go first on this one.
Yes, so just want to share in closing that NAREB is not just for African American real estate professionals. We're for all professionals that are focused on democracy and housing. So the way that you join NAREB is through our local affiliates, our local boards. So joining HBREA gets you access and membership to our Texas Association of Real Estate Brokers and our National Association of Real Estate Brokers. So we really invite you to join us. We're on a mission. It's a great mission, but we have fun doing it. We improve our businesses doing it. And we build some quality relationships while we help build Black home ownership and democracy in housing.
Excellent. Felicia?
It's sure great. And I'm talking about us as practitioners, but one of the great things that we do here in our local board is we host monthly a virtual HUD certificate home buying class at the 8-hour certificate class, because many of our clients may need down payment assistance, may need closing cost assistance, and or just want to get clarity on the steps to home ownership. It is a free class. It is held virtually. And again, hbreaevents.org, but it's free for consumers to be able to attend. So that's one of our member benefits that we offer. So many different benefits as a realtors that we have on our local market, but that is one. Also thinking about our clients that we serve is to be able to send them to that class, know that they're able to get the information, and then and know that they can be able to access that, and it's free, it's virtual, right? I know we're going back and doing a lot of things in person, but a lot of times in order to be able to reach some of our consumers, having that virtually has expanded.
Hmm.
And then our partners are a part of that, our lender partners, our inspectors. So we are building each one of our businesses. You know, real estate is multifaceted. So I love being a part of the Realtors organization because one, it exposes us to things that we may not have been aware of. I think about when I got into real estate, I had no idea that I was going to be a broker. I think just sales, right? But I got pushed by members that were already realtors, that were already brokers, and they were teaching me how to expand my horizon. And that was becoming a broker. So then Dr. Courtney talked about the appraisers. As just we have an appraiser opportunity. It's just so many different things being a part of realtors and expanding your business. So again, it's a great time to be a realtor and join our local board so you can become a
Yes.
neighbor.
Very good. Well, someone said, Lana said, awesome steps to home ownership. So, yes, absolutely. And speaking of partners, Carolyn says she's a 20 plus year realtor. She's also an appraiser trainee. Will these organizations help me?
Yes.
I
Go
love
ahead,
that.
Dr. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. There is a big push right now to increase diversity in
Mhm.
the appraisal industry. So, very glad to hear that Carolyn is a trainee. But yes, this organization will help you tremendously to be able to network with other real estate
Mhm.
professionals. Our courses that we have, full workshops on everything currently that's happening in the real estate market. We do different reports throughout the year, white papers, etc. So wonderful opportunity for someone like Carolyn that is committed to the real estate industry, committed to education, and continuing to progress her career. This is a great organization for her. One thing I'll mention as I close out the answer to this question, Christina, is we have 9 affiliates that are part of NAREB.
Hmm.
At the National Society of Real Estate Appraisers, we have property managers, we have blacks in commercial real estate, we have all of these different tiers, if you will, that are affiliated with our organization, Housing Council. So my mentor, who's Andre Pixie, a Houston realtor and realtist, calls it the Realtor's Highway to Success. What that means is throughout your career, you may want to hit off at different stops. So you may start off as a residential agent. So you know what, I really want to try commercial real estate. Well, through our commercial real estate affiliate with NAREB, you can get the courses, the education, the mentorship that you need to launch into that. You may get back on the field and say, oh, that wasn't quite me, but I want to try development. Well, our Developers Council, our NAREB affiliate that does development, has full courses on the real estate development process and how to launch into real estate development. You may get back on and say, I'm tired of running around, I want to do housing counseling. Well, I counsel people on how to become a homeowner. We have an NIB affiliate that focuses on housing counseling. So every area of real estate, you get the opportunity to get education, training, mentorship through our affiliate organizations also too.
Very
And
good.
if I could add there, she talked about our affiliates. We also have our Women's Council of HBREA. One of the great things that they do, so shout out to our local Women's Council president, Miss Linda Parker. They teach youth financial literacy. So go into the schools, they teach financial literacy to youth. And then we also offer scholarships. So they give out scholarships during for the Women's Council. So excited about that. But we also have YRD, or the Young Realtors Division. We talk about the different highways to success in real estate, but many people, youth, are not familiar about the real estate
Yeah.
industry. So they
Mhm.
have the YEP, the Youth Entrepreneur Program, where they teach about the different careers in real estate. So we're hitting everybody right where they are, right? And giving them the equipment that they need to be successful.
Excellent. Well, Lana's asking again if you would please give us info to join. So, Felicia, could you share that web address with us one more time?
Sure, it's joinhbrea.org. Joinhbrea.org. It'll take you directly to our link to become a member. But if you go to our website, it's hbreahouston.org. You can find out all the information. Look at some of the things that we're doing, our calendar, and our past. You know, we're the sum total of what others have invested in us directly and indirectly. So we know everybody talking about AI, but people want to know, what do you look like on the web, right? So go check out our Facebook, join us, like us, and be a part of a Realtors. It's a great time to be a realtor.
Excellent. Just a couple comments I wanted to share. Pam says, love this. Martha said, great information. Thank you. Monique said, this has been awesome. Carlene Johnson said, thank you. Christina, thank you. Dr. Courtney Johnson Rose and Felicia, Realtist proud. And one more comment here from HBR Executive Vice President Renee Galvan. Thank you, Courtney and Felicia, for all you are doing to increase homeownership for all. And we certainly agree with that. So thank you both for your time today and the information you shared. It sounds like there's some wonderful things going on and a lot of ways to get involved. The upcoming educational opportunity in April, some of the conferences that are coming up, and of course, becoming a member.
Yes.
Lots of good things.
And hey, it's February. It's a great time. We're doing our lunch and learn, of course, every third Thursday. But we're excited. It's a Valentine's Day, and we love real estate, right? And everybody loves AI, so we got to figure out how we can create genuine relationships with AI and our clientele. So make sure that y'all come out. Everything is focused around AI right now. But join us for our lunch and learn.
Excellent. Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, which is next week, next Monday, we will have somebody that I know a lot of our members love, and that is Nathan Goebel. He is the HAR MLS project manager. He's going to be telling us about some updates that have already kind of taken place in Matrix that you might not have noticed, and some great things that are coming as well. So everybody be sure to set your calendars to tune in next Monday at 9 a.m. to hear from Nathan. Thank you both. Courtney, Felicia, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.